I want to share two strategies that are backed up by data from the Pro Tour, and the second strategy is super counterintuitive. So on the Pro Tour, when the pros finish the point at the net, like they're the last person to touch the ball, 65% of the time it's going to be a winner, 35% of the time it's going to be an error. But when the baseline player goes for a passing shot, 70% of the time it's going to be an error, and only 30% of the time is it going to be a winner. So what should that mean? What does that mean in terms of what you should do out of the ad court? So let's say your partner down here is serving, and they serve wide. Now, a lot of players will follow the ball. So the ball goes wide, the returner goes wide, so you think, okay, I should shift over as well. And what you actually want to do, particularly on a first serve, on a second serve, it kind of depends on the quality of how good this player's backhand is. But on the first serve, instead of sliding over, you actually want to go to the middle of the court, right? So you'll want to poach on these balls because the win percentage here is awesome. And if they go for a passing shot, that's great because they're going to make an error 70% of the time. So you want to be super aggressive to start in particular, and then if they start beating you, then cool, maybe you can adjust. But do not be passive, right? You want to lean into the stats. Now, let's say that maybe they have beat you down the line a couple times in this scenario. This gets into this second strategy, which is awesome. So most people, when you're taught to fake, you're taught to move to the middle of the court and then come back and cover the alley. That's a pretty standard move for when you're faking. You show like you're poaching, you draw the passing attempt down the line, and then you can volley through the middle of the court. So what we want to do is actually the exact opposite. We're going to show like we're defending the alley, and then we're going to come back and we're going to poach. And this works like a charm. So particularly on the wide balls, you want to make it look like you are following the ball, that you're taking away the down the line. And then when they're about to hit, then you actually move to the middle of the court and you tap in to these statistics here. Shifting over and then just hanging out. Like the reason following the ball is such a mistake is because they're just going to be able to send this ball back cross court, and there's this huge hole, and you're not tapping into the stats. Then your partner, if they're not serving and volleying, they're going to try and send this ball back cross court, and then this player here can crash the boards and take advantage of these numbers here. And one of the questions people have is like, well, are the stats on the Pro Tour the same as on the club level? There's some variation, but there's still going to be the middle of the court here. You're going to hit way more winners than errors, and the passing shots are going to be way more errors than winners. So in particular, try this sort of reverse fake, right? Instead of going to the middle, covering the alley, do the opposite, go to the alley, and then poach.